So with the highs come the lows. What mistakes did you make early on, or even mistakes that you even make now?
Yeah.
And what have you learned from said mistakes?
All right.
Yeah.
Take me from the high to the low.
Hey, man, hey, that's what we do here.
Peaks and valleys.
Links and legends, man.
Peaks and valleys.
We're going to bring you here, but we're going to make you remember here, too. Because we got to. Because it shaped you.
It did.
It shaped you, brother.
100%.
You wouldn't be you without it.
100%.
So we gotta know.
I'm gonna give you 2 pieces.
Yes, sir.
Piece number 1. This to my entrepreneurs out there, people that's in the game. There's no such thing as perfection and not making mistakes.
On, man.
You're gonna continue to make them.
Come on.
Ideally, you're learning from them. Ideally, they're not as big. Ideally, they're not too detrimental to the business.
Yeah.
But you're gonna make some.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, CDL Cigar and Golf. We are here at the beautiful Chocolate City ep18 Cigar Lounge, man. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Johnny Yancey, owner and proprietor right here, man. Look, I got a special guest with me today, man. My guy, Jim Extraordinaire right here. I mean, you can look at him and tell the man eat the weights,
you know what I mean?
slightly. He slightly eat the weights a little bit, man. A Cali-born kid right here. Mr. Mike Waters in the building,
sir.
man. What's good with you, big
Good,
bro?
fam.
Yes, sir.
Everything good.
Yes,
man.
indeed, man. Look,
I
man.
appreciate the invite, man.
Look,
I've been looking forward to this.
Look. We've been talking about this for quite some time, man. I always said I had to have you on, man. You legendary to me because of the things that you've done, not only in the city, but outside of it as well, a little bit across the water, man. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, right? We're going to get into it, man. Look, man, first question. What inspired you to enter into the fitness industry and open a gym franchise?
Real talk, man. A lot of people, kind of see the gym and see what we've been doing as far as the locations. But in reality, it didn't even start from that. You know what I mean? Where it started. So in 2003, when I got done playing football at UNLV, I just kind of started to look at things differently. Like I looked at like where some of my boys were in Cali that, was in the streets doing what they was doing. I looked at where my older brother was, he had some issues with drugs and, so I was just kind of looking at it and I was trying to figure out how I got to Vegas.
Right.
Different experiences. I'm at Lake Mead. My teammates' dad got houseboats and we living it up. So I'm like, I'm in a whole different world.
Sure.
So I took that and I broke it down and all I can come up with is football, sports. Because if it wasn't for the love of football, who knows? I probably would have been right there with them. But I just wanted to play. So when I got done at UNLV and I knew the football side, as far as me playing was over, I said, you know what? I'm going to help young athletes, especially ones that look like me.
Come on now.
And that's passionate about their sport. They love their sport. They all in. And I'm going to use that to guide them, develop them. And then one day they're going to realize it's not even about sports no more. It's about developing character.
That's
right. So I started doing that. And about a year and a half in, I'll tell you a short story. I had a football combine here, like where the college coaches come out. And back then they could all come. So I had about 15, 20 coaches out there.
Sir.
And I'm watching my kids perform, or excuse me, the Vegas athletes perform.
That's right.
And bro, it was very, very disappointing. They didn't know how to run a 40. Didn't know how to get in the stands, numbers. Wow. I'm just like, so I'm kind of lightweight embarrassed. But instead of really looking at it from that angle, I said, you know what? They just ain't never been trained. So I started literally that following week. Meet me at this park. We training at this time. Meet me at this school. We training at this time. And that progressed to where ultimately opened my own facility and now multiple and just been running, man. So so that's how it started, man. It wasn't I wasn't 25 when I'm gonna own a bunch of gyms.
That's right.
I've never said that in my life.
That's right.
I just said I'm gonna help kids get to the next level.
That's it.
And that was a part of it.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
for
it,
sure.
Man. Which leads me into my next question, man. I mean, what was your experience? What experience did you have before becoming a franchise owner?
I mean, really, it was difficult in the beginning, and the reason it was difficult is because when I came up with the idea or the concept of Phase1 Sports,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
2003, fresh out of college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, I ain't got nothing, don't need nothing. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's right.
House with 5 roommates, we kicking
Right,
it. You
right,
know,
right.
rent, bills, power, cable, everything about $350. Like, we good. Like, ain't no
That's
worries
right.
in the world.
That's real.
Right? So we doing it. So I'm like, I'm starting this business. And what was crazy is in the beginning, everybody was like, I don't know if that's gonna work. Or that don't sound like a business.
Doubters.
That sounds like a hobby you should do on the
Doubters.
weekend.
Doubters.
And the crazy part, I'm talking about everybody, family. I'm talking about everybody. Because it was new, it was different.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
And luckily, I just didn't believe them. I'm like, man, I'm gonna figure this out and this thing gonna go.
Yeah.
Didn't have no clue.
Wow.
And what I learned through that is what it made me do from day one is say, okay, I know all about football. I know all about sports. I know about training. I done had some great trainers and coaches over the years. I got that.
Yeah.
I got to go figure out this business stuff.
That's right.
That everybody telling me ain't going to work.
That's it.
And I signed up for a little SBA, little 10-week
Mhm.
program.
Yeah.
And I just started learning, bro.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is over time, over the first year, 1 to 3 years, I fell in love with business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
love sports, but
Yeah.
I fell in love with business.
Business side, yeah.
So I think that's
But
really,
you got to know where the money going.
that's what I'm saying.
You got to know.
You have
Absolutely.
to. And I think that's what really brought it all together,
Yeah.
you know. Because I tell people all the time, I know trainers right now that's better than I ever was as a trainer.
Yeah.
But majority haven't been able to
No
put
business.
together the business the way I have over these 20 years.
That's
So
it.
yeah,
That's
so
it.
that's how it's still, man.
That's it, man. Skin in the game with the business side, it will forever be important. The most important thing, man. Anytime nobody goes into business to not make money.
Yeah, right.
That's just not a thing. So to learn the business side, you already have the actual thing that you're going into. You already got that squared away
that's
because
what
you
you
wouldn't
love.
be going into
That's
it
what
if you
you
didn't.
love.
That's what you love.
You're ready to do that all day.
All day.
Yeah.
But the business side, I think people, kind of bypass.
No, that's the
and
part.
to hear that from you
That's the part.
is gigantic, man. So what would be the biggest challenge for you, if there are any?
Yeah.
I know you say you had to learn the business side of things, but outside of just the business side of things, man, even within the gym, what are some of the biggest challenges for you running a gym?
I mean, I think people look at it and from the outside, it looks very easy, right?
Mhm.
They're like, man, they done had athletes in there for years, and this is
Yeah.
where everybody go to train,
Yeah.
and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And it all sounds great.
Yep.
You know what I
Sound
mean?
good.
But in reality,
Yeah.
it's a
It's
constant
tough.
grind
It's tough.
to keep
It's tough.
the lights on,
Yeah.
to keep the money coming in,
That's right.
to keep the athletes in the building,
That's right.
to market,
That's
to do
right.
all the different stuff that we got to do. Is
Absolutely.
really more of a grind that I think people see.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part about entrepreneurship, because sometimes we make it look way easier than it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
which makes everybody go, I could do that.
Right. Right.
And then they try and
They
they're like,
can't.
what happened?
You just can't.
You know what I mean? So I think, that's what I would say is being on top of the business, the marketing, the structure, the finances, you know what I mean? The overhead,
Yeah.
really understanding
Yes.
every single piece of the business.
Yes, sir.
Because what most people do is they fall in love with only the part they care about the most. So
It's
if
so
I'm a
easy to
trainer,
do that, though.
all I'm gonna sell you is how good of a trainer I
Yeah.
am and how many certifications I got and all that.
Yeah.
But then you like, where you train? And you like, oh, I ain't got no location.
Ooh.
I'm in the park. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with being in the park. I started in the
Absolutely.
park.
Absolutely.
My point is on the
Absolutely.
business end,
Yeah.
how you gonna take it to the next level
That's
and
it.
turn it into something that
That's right.
really, really, really feeds you
Real thing.
and not just pays a couple bills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Look, you're here, man. CDL Cigar and Golf, man. Links and Legends, man. I'm here with my guy, Phase1 Gymnasium owner, Mr. Mike Waters. Look, take us through a day in the gym. Just take us through a day. From the time you cut the lights on, what happens at Phase1?
Okay. So Phase1 is it's a different environment.
Definitely.
Right? Which that we
Definitely a
create.
different environment, man.
So when we get there in the morning, we usually kick off about 7:30, 8 in the morning.
Mhm.
We got our academy athletes in there first.
Yes.
Now, mind
yes.
you, Phase1 is probably one of the only facilities in town that's 100% athletes.
Yes.
There's no adults.
Yeah.
There's no memberships.
Yeah.
There's no
Yep.
none of that.
Yep.
You're an athlete trying to accomplish something. So that's number one. So from 8 till about 11, my athletes, my academy kids, these are middle school athletes that have made a commitment to not only train at Phase 1, but actually to let us take over all their academics and everything. So we have a full classroom there.
That's the part.
Where they're sitting in the classroom, academic curriculum, teacher in the class, grade checks, progress reports, all of it. You know what I mean? Life skills training, nutrition, public speaking, we're all of it. And they in there from 8 to 11 in this classroom. From 11 to 12, we give them a nice healthy meal. We have a partnership with Foodie Fit, the meal prep company. So, shout out to them. Been working with them for years. So, Foodie Fit provides the lunches. Then from 12 to 2, it's all training and recovery 5 days a week. So they get picked up by their parents at 2:30, and they good. They done had a good meal. They done trained. They done did everything. Now they can go do, whatever, go to practice or whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then at 3 o'clock, the athletes that are not in the academy show up. So from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they in there. So we pretty much rocking athletes out from 8 in the morning till pretty much 8 at night, Monday through Friday for the most part. And Saturday we all meet together out on the hills in Southern Highlands, and we run up and down the hills for an hour. So ain't no, hey, that's it. You get Sunday off, man.
That's it.
Other than that, and what it comes down to is, I try to create an environment that if an athlete really wants to get better, we give them all the tools. But also, we make it clear if they're not serious, it's gonna be clear.
Oh yeah.
In a week.
Oh yeah. You show yourself. You gonna tell them yourself.
Dad, I don't want to go over there no more.
You gonna tell them yourself.
and I'm gonna say it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yep. So it's on.
Wow, unbelievable stuff, man. Now, kind of going back to the business side a little bit, and like I said, anytime we go into business, we in the business to make money. How long do you think it took you to see your first profit? Being an athletic trainer, especially for all sports, you don't have just one discipline where you can say, okay, I'm a basketball trainer. You can show up to Tark or to Doolittle and I got you and be done. No, you training everybody. How long did it really take you to see some growth in your gym?
So from the time I started, it took me a year and a half to and this was my first goal, and I advise this to any entrepreneur just getting started. So I had a job, right? I had a full-time job that was paying the bills. The first goal that I set was work hard enough in my business to match what I was making at my job.
There you go.
And that took a year and a half. And in a year and a half, I resigned.
It's a lot of work.
Because I looked at it as if I could do that during the off hours, working 30, 40 hours a week and get my revenue to even break even with that, imagine if now I'd give it the other half of the day.
Dedicate your whole time.
So that was just my simple 25, 26-year-old logic. And I was like, the day that I make that much doing that, I'm walking away. And I did, you know what I mean? And that was the beginning. And then what a lot of entrepreneurs don't think about, now you got to really have an idea of the growth, because that starts to change the profit. So I went to a point where I was profitable, but I also didn't have overhead. I was training at Ed Fountain, All American.
Shout out Ed.
You know what I mean? Like Ed Fountain,
legendary
that's the spot.
spots. If you know, you know.
Ed Fountain is it.
Legendary.
I love it and hate it at the same exact time. So when I decided to actually open a location, now that overhead changes. Now that business, now we starting over. Now it's another year and a half before we profitable.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's been a cycle, but I think just having the game plan and just making a decision how big you want to be and what you want to accomplish early. You know what I mean? Because I could have just stayed a trainer and just kept training
and been good.
But I was like, no, I want to locate. I want to grow. I'm gonna bring in other trainers. I want to do all this, and that took a lot of different discipline to be able to get to that point.
Absolutely, man. Look, CDL Cigar and Golf, Links and Legends podcast right here, man. I'm your guy, Donnell Thomas. I'm here with my guy, Mr. Mike Waters, man. Phase 1 Gymnasium franchise owner right here, man. Look, so sticking with that membership, kind of thing, man, and getting people in the building. What is your mindset on getting people to come back, retaining people, because you get a lot of trainers out there that they'll be hot for a couple of weeks, and whoever their clients are, man, I don't think I like this dude, man. I don't like his methods, man. I mean, I'm getting work, but I don't really like his methods. Yeah. What do you do to retain your people, your clients?
Yeah. I think probably the number one thing is that I think a lot of trainers forget about once you get going is evaluations and assessments. Mm-hmm. As a young athlete, as an older athlete, as a pro athlete, as a parent that's paying for training.
Absolutely. That's probably the most important thing.
What is the number one thing that you are concerned with? Mm-hmm. Results. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if I just got you showing up 3 days a week for 6 months and I can't show you, like without a doubt, I can't show you the progression that your child has made, it's very difficult for you to keep paying me.
It's very hard.
But if every 6 weeks or so, I'm like, look, 40 time went from 4.8 down to 4.7. Bert went from 28 to 31. Now you like, here go the money. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. So I think that's one thing that we've done, and I've made a priority is we're going to test, we're going to assess, we're going to evaluate our athletes. And then we're going to sit down and tell them, hey, we like this, we don't like this. We got to work on this, we got to work on that. And so I think by building that relationship of results, it makes it a lot easier for athletes to not only stick around longer, but right when the offseason starts, they right back in. Yep. Football just ended. Yep. I've already got text messages and kids already coming in. Time to go. Like, hey, coach, I'm trying to get back to work.
Time to get back to work.
Because they know it.
Yes.
And they ain't been in there since, July of last year?
Right.
Of July of this year. But now that the season over, they already thinking.
Back to work.
I got to get back. I got to get better. Yeah. So I got to go see Mike. I got to go to phase one. Yeah. So I think it's that. And I think, any trainers that may come across this, even though it's can be taxing sometimes to stop training and do an evaluation. A lot of trainers like, I don't want to waste the training day. It's not wasting a training day. Yeah. Do an evaluation, do an assessment, create baselines, whether you just do their vertical, their broad jump, and their 40, whatever. Pick 5 things that you do and do it every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks. Yeah. And then sit with the parent and go, look,
this is it.
And don't be scared, because if you're scared, that means you ain't getting the results. Yeah. Which means go back to sharpening your knives and figure out how to get the results.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But we can't run from it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want parents to be like, when we testing again?
Yeah.
Oh, we testing next week. Got you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a big key to retention and keeping them around.
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. Look, CDL Cigar and Golf right here, man. Links and Legends. Got my guy Mike Waters right here in the building with me, man. Look, now you train for the most part young kids, young athletes. And this is the social media age, bro. Everything is ran through social media. How important is social media to you in getting your gym's name out there and recognized?
Full transparency, bro, it's the number one factor.
No
I'm just
question.
going to put it out there straight like it is.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It has to be.
When I think back, times change, and I'm a date myself. I know you a little, you ain't where I'm at, but we there. When I started phase one, you know what the marketing was? Friday night, well, let me back up. Early Friday, I would go into Kinko's, which no longer exists.
And I was not there anymore.
I would print out like 300, 400, 500 flyers.
I had one by UNLV. It was
what? That's the one I used to go to. That's the one
we used to go to.
Right? Cut them things. They had the big thing. You cut them, boom, boom, boom.
Yes,
and I'd take them all, little 5x7s.
Yes,
and I would literally go to like 3 games a night on a Friday night. So I go to 3 football games. I spend right when this game starts, hit all the cards, hit all the flyers. Yeah. Boom. By halftime, I'm out. Yeah. I push you another one, hit the flyers. 4th quarter, I'm out one more time. So I'm going to do it. Monday morning, I'm going to get calls from the principals and all that. Like, you can't do that. I'm sorry. I just wait a couple weeks and I'm right back at it. But that was the marketing. So now that social media has become so dominant, I'm like, why would someone not choose to utilize this to its fullest? When now I've already posted on 2 or 3 pages today. Yeah. Information, college kids signing, all the stuff. So I'm marketing every single day of the week from my iPhone.
Yes.
So anybody that's like, I ain't really into that. Well, guess what? Your business probably ain't really into making money either.
Yeah. It's not gonna function.
It just don't work.
It's not gonna happen.
It's just what it is.
You have to get on this phone and market yourself.
It is what it
is. This is probably the most prized possession you have as a business owner.
Fact.
Right here.
Fact.
Your cell phone, them tablets, that iPad, whatever you use.
Yep.
Just might be the most important thing in your portfolio.
100%.
No question.
And that's what the messages are.
Yep.
Absolutely. Hey, do you guys do this? Hey, how do I set up a consultation? Hey, how do that's the DMs.
Yeah.
If you just do it right and do it consistent.
Yes.
Don't detach from the result.
Right.
Because social media is a long game. You just keep going.
Yes, it is.
And over time, you're gonna be like, man, it's popping. It's
the
popping.
algorithm gonna find you.
Yeah, they're gonna get you.
They're gonna find you. They're gonna find you.
100%.
Man. No question. As we've seen, definitely with this man's YouTube channel, man, I'm a fan. Love his content, man. He in the gym by himself, just getting to it,
just working,
marketing himself,
just working.
I love what it is. I love it, man. So, with you being a gym owner, and there are hundreds of other franchises out there,
yeah.
How do you differentiate your gym, with those that you may or may not even be in competition with?
It's couple things I'll unpack with that.
Yeah.
Right off the top, you just hit it on the head with the last part you said. Yeah. I don't see nobody in this city or in this area as competition. Other people may. Yeah. You know, I get parents, hey, we're going to go check out so-and-so and check out so-and-so and then check out you and whatever. Okay, I get that.
Absolutely.
But in reality is, I think when you put yourself in a position to be unique, and then you have 20 plus years of experience, and you got all the receipts. I got enough receipts to fill up this table.
Come on now.
You see what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to look at it as competition.
Yes, sir.
I look at it as, I don't want you to catch me.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep getting better. Yeah. I'm going to keep twisting it.
Yes.
I'm going to keep doing little stuff to make you go, damn, we thought we were caught up. And now he done opened Phase 1 Elite. What is Elite?
Thought we had him.
What is this?
Yeah.
You know, so that's really the game, man. But I think the number one thing that has helped that, when I first started Phase 1 in 03, and I would say I still am to a degree, I've been in love with Nike for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the swoosh, man.
Nike is Nike, right?
What it is.
So when I started the business, that was my mindset, was like, I want to build a brand that people just see the logo and it just means something.
Yes, sir.
And so that's where
it's going to catch you right away.
Social media, that's where everything come in, because now we've gotten to the point where when people say, oh, you at Phase? That's how the young people say it. Oh, I'm over at Phase. It means something.
It means something.
Oh, damn, you over there?
Yeah.
It means something.
Yes, sir.
So I think, you know, really from day one, having a clear vision of what brand, what are you building?
Yeah.
What does this, you know, when people see your logo, see your name, see you, what do they feel? Like, what's the feeling?
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
Not how much, what's the feeling? And it's crazy because the brand has gotten to a point where I get referrals from people that have never been there. And that always amazes me. I didn't train your son. I didn't train and they get a call. Hey, D told me to call you and talk to you. And I'm like, oh, he ain't never been. But it's the brand. It's. Longevity, and they see it,
and I think it speaks volumes just to who you are as a person.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about that earlier, man. Being a decent person can get you so much further than even your actual business or what you do for a living.
100%.
Being a decent person gets you further.
1,000%.
Every single time.
I agree 100.
Every single time, 100%. Man. Look, man.
I agree.
CDL Cigar and Golf, man. Links and Legends right here.
We're here.
Phase 1 owner right here, man. Mr. Michael Waters. Look, your expansion. Now, we know you got Phase 1 here in Vegas. But you also got a spot across that water, man. You got a spot across that water, man. Tell the people what's going on in Hawaii, man.
Phase 1 Hawaii.
Yeah.
Year number 8.
Come on,
so
man.
we working, man.
It's been that long.
8 years, Phase 1 Hawaii. We hit 8 years.
Bro, it seemed like you just did that yesterday, bro. It's been 8 years already.
Rolling and moving. Ironically enough,
unbelievable.
You know, I'm headed out there soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I go out a couple times a year, but no, Phase 1 Hawaii is where it's at. It reminds me a lot of Vegas when I started Phase 1.
Yes.
Meaning they got the athletes, they got the talent, they got everything there, but nobody's really cultivating and developing it
Yeah.
And so that's why I think Hawaii has been successful over these 8 years.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, we can play too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We just need the exposure because we out here on this island.
And look, those of us that played college ball with the Marlin boys,
It's a different game.
We know they can play.
Yeah, they can go.
We know they real.
They can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been good, man. And now we're looking at basically I'm restructuring a lot of the business to be able to expand and go nationwide and be able to basically help athletes all over the country.
That's what I want to hear.
That's what we're going for now. Now we're looking for the thousands of athletes, which we've already done a great job with the hundreds.
Yes, sir.
Now we need the thousands. So we're working.
And it's going to happen.
Yeah, we're working.
Telling y'all, you heard it here first on Links and Legends. Fact. It's going to happen. Fact. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So as far as the trends are concerned with fitness, man, because, you scroll through Instagram, man, Facebook, you scroll through YouTube, things are constantly changing within the industry. We see it all the time. How do you, as a franchise owner, but just as somebody that has a passion for sports and training, just keep up with those trends?
Okay, let me. So the definition of trends is probably where we need to start.
There you go. Some
trends is a bunch of
bullshit.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah,
that's actually destroying the industry.
No question about it.
Benefit.
No question.
So let's start with that. A lot of the IG stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the little, it's just been a lot.
Yeah.
You see people with these extreme exercises, dumbbell, barbell on a treadmill, hanging from it, like
Stop
all
it.
that.
Stop.
There's no explanation for it.
It's unnecessary movement. Stop.
Literally, only thing you're gonna do is have somebody try it and hurt themselves. That's all you're gonna accomplish, right?
Joints, everything messed up.
You see what I'm saying? So you're excited about the views, but in reality, is like you might as well be a clown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just dance, and then you're gonna get the same views.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So,
no question.
So that's number one. But when it comes to the legit trends or transitions, I'll call them.
There you go.
In the industry that we learn something different, something new.
Yes.
New research comes out that says, hey, we've been doing this like this, but now we need to do it like this. Yeah. And it's like, okay, why? We research that, we study that, and we go, man, this makes sense.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I do try to keep up with.
Yeah.
And now that I have trainers on staff, it's a lot easier because a lot of my trainers, I'll say all of my trainers are like young and still hungry. So they're researching. Yeah. They're every couple months, I'm gonna go get this certification. I'm gonna go do this, and I love that.
They're hungry for it.
That's where I was, so I see that, and I'm willing to cultivate that and push it. So, to answer your question, I think a lot of my trainers help us move the needle forward. Yeah, and then me, it's still a passion. So I'm still reading and researching, and checking out what makes sense. Yeah, yep. So
I love that, man. And to anybody that's trying to get into the fitness industry. You got a classic example right here on Links and Legends, man. Mr. Mike Waters, man, he owns his own franchise. So take these words, man, and put them into that memory bank, man. Do your own research. Yeah. Google is free.
Straight up.
Google's free. Do your own research, man, and see what comes of it. Look, your most rewarding times as a franchise, can you pick one or a couple that you could say, you know what, this is why I still do it right there?
I think there's a couple, and I'll kind of package them, right? So what I love the most and what keeps me going at year 21, and you know what I mean, and I got other business stuff going that I can technically stop. If
absolutely.
If you wanted to. But the most rewarding part is when I was at UNLV game last weekend, the one here. And I'm in the little Winfield Club or whatever, and I'm running into B. Marshall.
Shout out B. Marshall, man. Cuzzo, man.
Vegas, you know what it is. Just that little moment reminds me, because B. Marsh was a sophomore at Cimarron High School. Nobody knew who he was.
Not
Nobody
a soul.
Believed in him.
Wasn't getting recruited.
Wasn't getting recruited. And guess what? He plugged into Phase 1, and we did it. We got him to camps, combines, recruiting, training. We did it all.
8-year NFL career and a Super Bowl champion later.
You see what I'm saying? So it's those
Yeah,
When I see him, when I see Essence Booker.
Shout out Xavier
You know what I mean?
Grimble.
When I see X, when I see Corey Toomer,
Yes.
when I see, Tommy Pham. When I mean, I
shout
could
out
go
Tommy
all
Pham,
day.
man. Still playing in the league.
Balling.
What, he 16 years in? 15 years
he
in?
been in
Unbelievable. Unreal.
So when I see them, or I think about them, or I see them on IG, it go keep going.
Yeah.
Because every year we're creating more of them.
Yes.
And the cool part is, I mentioned them, but then there's Chuck, who's with Metro.
Shout out Chuck, man.
There's
shout out my guy Chuck. Go Mob Chuck, man. It's my dude. It's my guy.
It's also those guys that have great careers.
Yes.
They're great husbands and their fathers and just to know I had a little piece. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think really that's what really keeps it where I'm like, let's just keep rolling, man.
Absolutely.
Rolling.
Absolutely. Look, man. Links and Legends right here, man. I'm with Phase 1 owner, man. Mr. Mike Waters right here in the building, man. Look, man, y'all know what it is, man. CDL Cigar and Golf, we out here. Smoking Bullet Cigars. Man, you see Vegas in the background, man. Allegiant Stadium. You looking down the whole strip right now, man. It's our city, man. CDL Cigar and Golf. Smoking Bullet Cigars. What more do you want? It's nothing else you can want, man. Let's get it. So with the highs come the lows. What mistakes did you make early on, or even mistakes that you even make now?
Yeah.
And what have you learned from said mistakes?
All right.
Yeah. It's a real one, baby.
It's a real one,
man. Hey, man. Hey, that's what we do here.
Peaks and valleys.
Links and Legends, man.
Peaks and valleys.
We gonna bring you here, but we gonna make you remember here too. Because we got to. Because it shaped you.
It did.
It shaped you, brother.
100%.
You wouldn't be you without it.
100%.
So we gotta know.
I'm gonna give you 2 pieces.
Yes, sir.
Piece number 1. This to my entrepreneurs out there, people that's in the game. There's no such thing as perfection and not making mistakes.
Come on, man.
You're gonna continue to make them.
Come on.
Ideally, you're learning from them. Ideally, they're not as big. Ideally, they're not too detrimental to the business.
Yeah.
But you're going to make some.
Yeah.
But let me go back to the original one that I made early on, year number 4.
Wow. It's crazy that you can pinpoint
Year number 4.
That's crazy.
I was subleasing at a facility. First facility that had the Phase 1 name on the little wall and on the little stuff. And I'm like, let's go. You know, I'm all proud.
You of course.
Yeah, I'm like,
why wouldn't you be?
I'm in action, right?
Why wouldn't you be?
So that was the first one.
Yeah.
I'm in. I lay out this full blueprint, like how I'm going to build this thing and grow it.
Yeah.
And it was working.
Yeah.
Athletes coming in, 20, 30 athletes. We grinding. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The owners of the building was like, it seems a little unorganized and chaotic.
Uh-oh.
It's athletic-based training.
Yes.
So we jumping on boxes and throwing medicine balls around.
There's a lot of noise being made.
So it is.
We working around.
It can look a little chaotic from some perspective.
It's going to be chaotic.
I got some dogs in here and we're trying to get after it.
We moving furniture around.
Man, what? So it was some complaints.
Yeah.
And then it ultimately came down to them telling me that they needed to basically adjust how I was operating, and I could only have X amount of athletes in the gym at one time. Which completely destroyed the business model, the revenue.
Yes.
You know, I work with high school athletes dominantly, so I really only have from 3 o'clock till 8.
Right.
So
got a whole lot of time.
So I already narrowed, you know what I mean? So it's already tight.
Yeah.
So we went back and forth, and I'm like, okay, so are we going to negotiate the rent, or what are we going to do?
Something got to give.
And the answer was no, we're not.
Wow.
But you're going to adjust. So the lesson of a lifetime was I had no lease agreement and nothing signed that allowed me to even argue with them and have a fight.
Yeah.
It was just a verbal of a 28-year-old, 7-year-old that was excited.
Wow.
And when I put the name on the wall, I took pictures and did everything, didn't sign no papers.
Wow.
And when it came down to it, bro, I had to hand them the key, and I left. And that was probably
the business side of things.
That was a hard one, boy.
Like we spoke about.
Talk about stress.
Woo! Come on now, because now you got to hustle and I got to find another building. I got to do this. I got to do that.
It was
How
all
stressful
bad.
is that?
It was all bad. I ended up So it's crazy how every curse ultimately is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up, so I took December off.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her the key December 1st.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I had no money to pay rent.
Right.
And two, it's holiday season.
Oh, yeah.
I gave her the key with no game plan.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know what I'm about to do.
Wow.
Did my little research. Found LVAC.
Uh-huh.
That they charge like $600 a month for trainers to train there.
Mm-hmm.
But all your clients got to have a membership. So imagine the disappointment in my heart.
Tell these people.
I done went from my own name, private, everything,
humbling,
parents, to straight. We can't even get a parking spot at LVAC because it's so packed. And now every parent, every kid got to go in there and sign a membership just to train with me if they decided to stay with me. Wow. And I was in there, when I say depressed, I would say I was on that line.
That's
I'm like, and I had 1 month to figure it out. I told the kids and the families that I was taking December off because of the holidays. I was taking December off because I had nowhere to train.
You stressed out.
You stressed out.
That's why you took December off.
Stuff I had to work on.
Yeah, you stressed out.
But literally, bro, and fast forward, what made it crazy was this. I went to LVAC. Yeah. I remember specifically I had 26 athletes came with me out of 40, 50, whatever it was.
It's actually a decent number.
So it was about half. They all got memberships. Yeah. I mean, I probably made the one little dude so much money. I had one guy that signed up all my clients in like a week. We got that done.
Yeah, he got his commission for sure.
Now, mind you, it was $600 a month to train there.
Yeah.
You keep all your money.
Yeah.
So now the same $300, $400, $500 that the kids were paying.
Yeah.
My rent is $600.
Yeah.
So as depressed as I was for the first 90 days, the next year I went, I'm making a lot of money. And I literally stayed there a year and a half, saved up enough money to open my own facility with my own name, with my own lease, with my own agreement, with nobody else in charge with me. And so the same thing that could have broke me and made me quit ultimately was the thing that put me in a position to open the first Phase 1 facility that I had the lease agreement in my hand, in my file cabinet, not based on somebody else's agreement. So that was the darkest and brightest.
You cannot, you really can't beat that though. Yeah. If you listen to what he just said, you literally can't. It's literally the epitome of not giving up or giving in.
Yeah, fact.
The man found a way. He lied his way through it, but he found the way.
Sorry to all the parents back
there. It is what it is.
Love y'all. Y'all know
it is what it is. Unbelievable stuff, man. That's inspiring. It has to be.
Yeah.
If you're not inspired by that, you might not be human. You might not be human, man. Look, Links and Legends, man. CDL Cigar and Golf right here, man. I'm with my guy, man. Phase 1 owner right here, man. Mr. Mike Waters. Look, let's switch gears just a touch. Family. Being able to balance that family and work. You know, you being as out as you are, as known as you are, you know, in the fitness world, here in Vegas and beyond. How do you balance that family and work deal? Because it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Because you want to be a provider. You want to be the man in work. But, hey, man, I got my wife and kids over here, man, that need my time and attention too.
Yeah, 100%.
How do you balance that? And more importantly, get your family to understand what it is that you're actually doing.
Yep. I'm gonna give you two sides to the coin.
Yeah.
Side number one. Yeah. I did consciously wait longer to start a family. You know what I mean? It wasn't just because I wanted to be single when I'm in Vegas having fun wilding out. It wasn't just that. It was a literally thought of taking my time before it's settled down, before it's kid, before it's all that, right? So that's number one. So I think any young entrepreneur, especially the young guys out there, if you're not ready for that,
don't do it.
Just wait. It's fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that helped a lot in the beginning years, right? So now that I do have my daughter, fiance, and all that good stuff, and home, and all the stuff we got to take care of, right? Here's what I like to tell people. people always want to use the word balance.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance personal and business?
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Mm.
Balance doesn't exist.
Mm.
You're never going to wake up and be 50% committed to your business
Correct.
and 50% committed to your family.
Correct.
But what it comes down to is priorities and timelines.
There you go. There you go.
If I'm opening a new gym, where you think the priority is going to lean towards?
Yeah.
Towards business. I got to get this in place. I got to order equipment.
Yeah.
I got to find staff in. We got to get the computers. We got to paint. We got to get the turf.
Yeah.
So my family understands he on a mission.
Yeah.
We ain't going to see him a lot.
Yeah.
But then when that's up and running, everything smooth, now what? Hey, what you want to do? Let's go to dinner. Let's take the baby on a trip.
Yeah.
So it's really just understanding the ebbs and flows of like when it's time to focus on something specific.
Mm-hmm.
There's windows where your business is the priority, especially if it's paying your bills.
Come on now.
But then there's other times where your family the priority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had a death in my family not too long ago. So guess what? It took all my attention.
Yeah.
So why some people say, how do you balance that? I didn't.
Yeah.
I spent 99% on my family.
Yeah.
And the 1% was the business. Like, everything good? Y'all need anything? Okay, good. I'm back out here in Cali.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think understanding that and taking the pressure off yourself of thinking that you're going to wake up one day and it's going to be 50-50 down the middle.
Right.
And
it's an illusion.
It does not exist.
It's an illusion.
You know what I mean? And one of the key things that I did with my fiance early, we sat down and we had that meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah. You knew that.
I'm
I'm
on the go.
You already knew.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
This ain't changing.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? And so her accepting that also puts us
thing.
in a better position
to
when I am heavy on that side,
yeah.
she don't look at it as like, what about me or
right.
neglect? She like, that's just who he is. He'll be all right. Yep, I'll take care of the baby. We good. You know what I mean? So I think that's it, man. Just understanding there's no such thing as balance.
Yeah.
You know, it's just priorities.
That's right. That's right.
And just roll from there.
That is a beautiful thing, man. I love it. I love it, man. Look, last question for you, man.
My God.
What advice do you have for not just young athletes, but young entrepreneurs, just people that's trying to get into business or trying to even get into the field that you're in, that you're dominating, you know, as far as I'm concerned. What do you say to them, those people that just have an idea, that want to get it started but just don't know how? What do you say to those people?
So number one, I'm gonna give you two parts. Number one, anybody that tells me they don't know how in 2024.9 into 25, I got to question if you really want it.
Yeah.
Because there's too much stuff available.
Yeah.
You can go to YouTube and build a whole business.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You can find 2 or 3 mentors that you've never met in your life and just watch them teach business, teach marketing, teach sales, teach training, teach program design.
Yeah.
So if you really in that position, you're like, this is what I want to do, but I don't know where to start. You got to start with looking in the mirror and determine if you really want this or you just talking.
That's the most important thing.
I just got to put it out there because that's the reality.
No question.
Right?
No question.
Second part, and this is the first time I'm putting this out on video the way I always see it.
Yeah.
I've spoken a couple times, but never where it's documented.
There you go, man. We documented. See what? Links and legends right here, man.
This.
Y'all gotta understand what's going on around here, man.
It's exclusive content
right here.
There's three levels.
Yeah.
That any entrepreneur or athlete, because I believe entrepreneurs and athletes are one and the same. Because if you're an athlete, you are a business. Because you are a business.
You are a business. Especially now.
NIL.
You're a business.
Come on.
You're a business.
So you can't no longer look, I'm an athlete. I ain't into that.
You're an LLC. Walking.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Come on.
So it's 3 levels. Level number 1. Interested. You're interested. Man, I always wanted to start a business, man. It seems cool. I see how you're doing it. Yeah. And one day I'm going to do it. Sounds cool. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Interested is when you see the girl and you go, hey, what's your name? Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm interested. I need to know more about her.
Yeah.
Interested.
Basic.
That's going to get you nowhere. Level 2. C, committed. I'm committed to this.
Yeah.
I want to start a business. I'm committed. I'm going to do a little research.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to ask some questions. I'm committed to figuring this out.
Yeah.
It might take 1 year. It might take 20 years. I'm just going to figure it out. I'm committed. I'm in.
Yeah.
That'll get you a little closer. Yeah. The last one is obsessed. If you obsessed about it, you're going to figure it out regardless of the result of what's happening day to day. If I'm interested, it's just a cool thing to say. I'm going to start my business one day too. Now we talking about what we're going to eat tonight. I done already the thought
You forgot about it. Yeah.
If we committed, I'm tired today, so I ain't going to research today.
Right.
But tomorrow,
yeah,
I'm going to look up that LLC stuff that they was talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Committed. I'm going to figure it out. Yeah. But if I'm obsessed, I ain't going to sleep till I figure it out. I'm watching YouTube videos till I pass out. My laptop right here. I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't even know I was asleep. Because I got to figure this out. I'm obsessed. I have to make this happen.
Yeah.
And if you think about it as an entrepreneur or an athlete, it's the same thing.
Yes, it is.
If I got an athlete that's in 9th grade and he tell me I want to go D1, I want a D1 scholarship. Yeah. Okay, are you interested in playing D1? Yeah. Are you committed to where you're going to show up to phase 1 and because your mom paying and you're going to do your thing? Yeah. Cool, committed. We'll see what happens. Or are you obsessed where you're like, Coach Mike, what else can I do? Yeah. Yeah. Where I'm like, hey, take tomorrow off. And you're like, not doing it. I'm running hills by myself. Are you obsessed with getting this Division I scholarship? Or are you committed because you train at phase 1 for 3 days a week? Or are you interested and it just sounds good and you watch football so it looks like, I would love to play there. Right. Either you interested, you committed, or you obsessed. 21 years in, I'm still obsessed.
He's obsessed. He's obsessed. I've seen it in action. He's obsessed.
I got to figure it out. Yeah. What I don't know, I'm going to figure it out.
No doubt about it, man. So, I look at somebody like the late Kobe Bryant, and it's been several occasions, man, where he's spoken about not having workouts, but having blackouts.
Wow. Fact.
I think athletes kind of get it misconstrued. Yeah. I worked out today.
Yeah. I did.
I didn't black out though. I worked out today. I work out. I'm in the gym 4-5 days a week. I work out.
I'm committed to this.
I'm committed to the gym. I lost a little weight. I'm, got a little size on me now. I'm committed. I ain't doing blackouts though.
Straight up.
When you black out, that lets me know you're obsessed.
Yep. That's the difference.
Kobe Bean Bryant was obsessed.
That's the difference.
With being better than the man next to him. Yep. And that's what this man is talking about right here, man. Love it. Straight up. Throw all your socials out there, man. The people want to hear from you. We need the sites. We need everything, man. Phase 1 Sports in the building.
I'm with it, man. Yes, so IG is where I spend, a lot of time.
Yes.
My personal one is at I am Phase 1.
Yes.
So IAMPHASE and the number 1. I am Phase 1.
Yes.
If you want to check out the training center here in Vegas, Phase 1 Elite with the number 1. If you want to check out Hawaii, Phase 1 Hawaii with the number 1.
Yes.
YouTube, which you mentioned earlier.
Indeed, man.
If you go to Phase 1 Sports YouTube channel, that's where all the training, all that stuff is. And then you'll also find the link to where you can learn more about NIL, help with recruiting, getting a scholarship and things along those lines.
All of that is in there, I guarantee you. So, when I looked at it, I was like, yo, this man telling everything. I didn't expect to see that when I got on. When I saw that, I said, yeah, he done took over. It's a takeover because no other trainer that I know of is teaching the kids about that. Yeah. And especially with it being what it is now. And me doing sports talk radio, I figured this was coming. Yeah. I figured NIL was coming.
Inevitable. It had to come.
It had to come. Yeah. Because just take me. I played JUCO ball. I made $500 a month.
Straight up.
Playing JUCO ball. Yeah. So you think somebody at the University of Tennessee, University of Alabama, Florida State, you think them dudes ain't making no money? You outside your mind. You got to learn how to manage it though. This man teaches it all right here, man. Phase 1 Sports in the building, man.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Love what you got going on, man. So,
appreciate you.
Anything you need from me, you already know.
Yes, indeed.
You already know.
We got Mr. Mike Waters in the building, man. Phase 1 Sports right here, man. We appreciate everybody chiming in this week. CDL Cigar and Golf, links and legends right here, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to that channel, man. CDL Cigar and Golf, man. All love.